What's going on, Xbox fam? It looks like it's going to be another great week for gaming news, and I got to tell you, I'm excited. I know a lot of people kind of get annoyed or whatever because I'm excited. And you know what? When it comes down to it, I can be a little bit critical of Xbox because I've stated this numerous times, and a lot of people don't understand this. I'm very critical of Xbox management because I feel like they've mismanaged Xbox a lot. They have this amazing console, and don't kid yourself, the Xbox Series X and even the Xbox Series S are both fantastic consoles in and of themselves, but they're just underutilized by Microsoft. They are consoles that Microsoft doesn't really advertise. They are consoles that, I think developers are a little bit unsure of because they're not sure what Microsoft is doing due to poor judgment and due to poor communication. And that's just a fact. It is a great console. To me, it's my favorite console. The Xbox Series X is incredible. You add in, all the backwards compatibility features, the auto HDR, the updated stuff. I wish they'd go back and do more backwards compatibility titles, but whatever. What it comes down to is, like I said, people's, I think, idea of what a console is always going to be rooted to the past. Most of us kind of grew up a certain way, and maybe Microsoft is trying to lure, the younger generation, and I can understand that, but I just wish they'd do that without compromising, the console itself. I feel like Sony does a much better job of conveying that to people, that the console is super important, right? Microsoft doesn't treat the console as it being super important. And I'm never going to kid you guys and pretend like I'm a Microsoft financial fan or something like that. I couldn't care less about their financials. The thing that I care about is the console. So with that being said, let's get started. I'm the Crap Gamer. This is Crap Gamer Reviews with another video. Please take time out of your day to like the video, share it out, all that kind of good stuff. It helps out tremendously. I do daily gaming content. It's fun, it's informative, it's fast-paced, and again, it's just one of those things that I'm excited about. So let's see where this takes us. Now, we are in the new year, of course, and Xbox fans are excited to see what we're going to get, and it looks like we are going to see a developer direct get announced here very shortly. This is going to be something that we're going to be seeing very, very soon. So again, there's lots of rumors of this coming out, Windows Central and stuff like that. We're going to be getting a developer direct announcement any second now, and a lot of people are kind of talking about it. They're planning this. They've been planning this major event early. They're trying to get into people's minds early. I think that's something that you kind of want to do. They're going to showcase some really highly anticipated stuff. And that's exactly what they need. It's like we used to have E3 to get hyped about, right? For each of the individual, consoles and things like that, what they would be bringing to the table. But now it's like what you can expect. Microsoft finally hit a really, really good cadence with their Xbox releases. Recent stuff like Indiana Jones, which is phenomenal. Obviously, going into this year, having Avowed, South of Midnight, Doom, Towerborn, Fable, Outer Worlds 2, that is, a heavy-hitting lineup. Yeah, we're going to avoid the fact that some of those are multi-plat, or maybe all of them might be. There's rumors that we might get a Forza Horizon game announced this year. We're not going to get that here, obviously. That would be a June showcase thing or whatever. Microsoft has finally done something really good with that, and they really are kind of in this space where people are excited again. And again, the interesting thing that we're hearing a lot about is we might get some more Doom information. The Doom, the Dark Ages, has been one of the years, will be this year's, big deal. People are talking about it. Doom is always such a great franchise, and we don't have an official release date, but now it looks like we might finally get some answers after some leaks of the upcoming Xbox Developer Direct. Recently claimed that the company would be broadcasting some updates very shortly. Doom: The Dark Ages could be present at the showcase. Obviously, the Dark Ages was announced at the Xbox Game Showcase last year, exciting a lot of fans because hey, what games play smoother than Doom, right? Like when you look at it, Doom honestly is probably one of the smoothest playing games that you can find, and it just is. It's amazing. If the leaks are to be trusted, gamers have some exciting news to look forward to with the Developer Direct. Obviously, they've held developer directs in January of 23, January 24, and so the pattern is 100% going to continue. Well, there hasn't been anything, again, from Microsoft themselves, clearly that's happening. And like I said, don't be surprised if it happens. Hell, it might even happen and get announced before this video can even go live. So, clearly we're going to be hearing about that. According to a lot of this, Doom the Dark Ages may be aiming for a May 2025 release date. Despite the trusted reputation of these people, the claims need to be viewed with some skepticism, as obviously grain of salt. People, like, things change, right? Even if somebody knows something, right, and 100% knows what's going on or whatever the case may be, things change. There's always kind of moving targets and things like that. We'll see what kind of happens in the future with these types of announcements and things. But I look at it and I go, okay, well, listen, Microsoft is, trying to get people to do things that they've never done before in the gaming sphere. So, when you look at these types of things and you go, okay, well, developer directs keep people happy. They make people excited. They get people amped up about the future of the brand, the future of the console and stuff like that. And, that's what you want to do. And trust me, I get it. I do. I completely understand that, Microsoft is terrible as a company, in general. I feel like they've done a pretty piss poor job of making sure that people have stuff to play, over the past few years. You know what I'm saying? Like, they've made some bad decisions. Like, you can't refute that. I'm an Xbox fan. People always confuse it and think I'm like some huge PlayStation fan, but honest to God, I'm just not a huge fan of PlayStation. I like PlayStation exclusives. Some of these games are really, really cool, but at the same time, it's like, I've always been an Xbox guy, and it's just like that ecosystem for me. And I say ecosystem, and I really get sick of people using that word, so I feel like punching myself for saying that. But it's like, when I say ecosystem, I mean like the UI and the the achievement system, all that kind of stuff. Like, that's what I really kind of like to talk about or whatever. But when you look at this, and when you look at how Microsoft has kind of done some of these things lately, I do think that they could lure some people, regardless of whether or not that 2026 rumor is true or not for a new console or whatever the case may be. I still think they are in a decent place, and maybe things change. I don't think things are going to change to the effect of Nintendo's going to put games on Xbox, PlayStation's going to put games on Xbox. I don't think that's happening in any world. You know what I mean? It's not happening. But with that being said, I do think that, what we're going to see is some very interesting stuff from Microsoft that makes owning an Xbox compelling, right? So here's the thing, and I've mentioned this numerous times. A lot of people, I've seen people changing their minds a little bit on this, and I can understand it. If you're a PC gamer, for instance, there's not really much that's exclusive to PC, like a specific thing. People build a PC and they use the Steam store or whatever. That stuff, they don't get any exclusives per se. You know what I mean? It's just like, and they still buy and build their PCs. Consoles could sort of be like that, I think. I still think that you're going to have the edge to PlayStation in terms of sales and stuff, because name recognition, and obviously they're going to keep, console exclusives, and they push that stuff a lot more than Xbox. And, Nintendo's going to do Nintendo stuff. So, when you look at it and you just kind of see how they kind of handle all this stuff, I personally just look at it and go, okay, well, listen, I can understand what they're trying to do. Is it going to pay off? That's a little bit more hard to say. We'll see if that's something that actually does happen or not. I've said it time and time again. I do feel like Microsoft has the software to make a compelling argument to buy the Xbox, but at the same time, we have to see if that's going to pay off for them big time, or if that's not going to pay off at all. It could go either way. Some people are fearful to buy into the Xbox because they think that, Xbox might be the next Dreamcast. And who knows, it could be, right? I'm not going to lie to you, but, I hope for the best with this stuff, because I do think that Xbox console itself is great. It's a fantastic platform. So anyway, I would love to hear what you guys think. Are you excited for the Developer Direct? What do you want to see shown off? What release dates do you want to see? Let me know down below. Rack 'em up. Crap Gamer out.